Hello, my beautiful friends. Namaste. I'm Jill Loftis of Nuit Astrology. Welcome to your planetary energy forecast for the week of July the 31st, 2023. So we are wrapping up July real quick and hopping into August. And August has some really interesting astrology. And I know sometimes people don't like it when I use the term interesting, but it is really interesting because it has a really fascinating mix of opportunities and blessings as well as challenges, and that is when we can get things done. But yet we're still in the Venus retrograde cycle, and we begin the shadow zone of Mercury on the 4th of August, which is this week. So let's hop in. Remember, we're still being toned. The week is being toned by this clash energy between the nodes and Pluto, right? So change is at the forefront, right? We have to avoid power struggles, and we are really starting to see what relationships are working for us and where they're not, where we need to be more independent and autonomous within our relationships, and where we've maybe engaged or been harmed by passive aggressive behaviors, right? So we start out with Monday the 31st. We've got a lovely connection. The moon's in Capricorn, and it's going to trine Uranus and Neptune, you know, both of the outer planets, and then touch and then come together with Pluto. So this is deep inner catharsis. This is going to absolutely juice that square that's happening between the nodes of fate and Pluto. So a little bit of a day to stay grounded, and again, avoid any low Capricorn vibes. You know, power struggles, you know, wanting everybody to know you're in charge, you know, that kind of thing. My way or the highway kind of vibes. Walk away from that. All right. We have our first full moon, our first full moon on August 1st. And in fact, there will be a blue moon because there will be another full moon in August on the 30th. But this one is at 9 degrees, 16 minutes in the sign of Aquarius. Now, this full moon is really important because it gets a really strong pressure from the Jupiter in Taurus. So it's an angular square, which tends to bring difficulty. But anytime Jupiter's involved, there can be some silver linings, some benefits, some possibilities, unless we overdo it, right? At the same time that is happening, Jupiter is also picking up a beautiful trine, a blessing from Mars in Virgo, right? So apply your Virgo vision to what you want to edit, release, bless, and let go in that Aquarius area of life. Now, the other amplifier for this full moon is that we're going to have Mercury standing across the sky in Virgo from Saturn in Pisces. So this is the mind with Saturn, you know, and the Mercury is really strong in that Virgo placement, right? Likes to hang in Virgo. Saturn didn't like to be in Pisces, man. So there again could be this kind of like a real depth to things, but also a coldness that could come up. So watch that you are not, remember, Aquarius is a Saturn-ruled sign, right? The modern ruler is Uranus, but the ancient ruler was Saturn. And so really think of that Aquarian edge as being, you know, something that you should, you know, really be detached about, but also really see what's going on, right? Have some intuition about it all. You have to find this beautiful balance between rational, logical, and intuitive and sensitive, all right? And that is the way to deal with an opposition, right? Find that perfect point of balance between them, okay? All right, so yeah, it really can, with Mercury, Saturn too, I always think it lends a lot more seriousness to the thoughts that you think and the things that you say. And so really watch, only feed those things that you truly want. Do not speak the things aloud that you don't want. And this would also powerfully charge up your full moon ritual if you say it out loud and or write it down, place it on your altar. It's at 2:32 p.m. Eastern time, so know that for your rituals. All right, on the 2nd, our moon is still in Aquarius, and it's gonna square the Uranus and Taurus, right? I think of this as a synchronicity possibility, right? Possible downloads, things coming in. It's also going to stand across the sky from Venus in Leo, who's backing up. So it's going to amplify some of those Venusian lessons. This also, this day, the August the 2nd, has a moon void that we have to watch, 5:15 p.m. to 11:05 p.m. You know, no contracts, no initiations, things that you would want to stick. particularly my West Coast friends need to pay attention to that. All right. On August the 3rd, the moon is going to move into Pisces. And with this, of course, comes this depth of intuition and understanding. But remember, Saturn's there. And so it's going to juice any of those aspects that Saturn is making. So it's going to have a little bit more heaviness, maybe a little bit of melancholia with it. It's going to, oppose that Mercury again, stand across the sky from the Mercury, but it's going to bless up the Jupiter. And remember, Jupiter, the only thing you can do wrong really is to go to excess, take on too much. So also watch your porous, sensitive self maybe picking up some energies on that day for sure. All right, August the 4th, we're marking on our calendar because that is when the Mercury in Virgo enters the shadow zone, right? So it comes to the degree that it's going to back all the way up to. So starting with the 4th, we have this chapter where we're going to review, renew, rethink, repair in the Virgo area of life. And, who better to figure out what's wrong and what needs to be fixed than a Virgo, right? Mars is also there, giving a lot of juice to the Virgo energy in our charts. Just watch that we don't, we're not too critical. Judgy, could be so judgy, okay? Especially to yourself. Now that moon in Pisces, and keep in mind that it won't come out of the shadow until September 29th. So you want to buy a little computer for back to school, you get your new Apple Watch or whatever, you get that thing ordered before the 4th, okay? The Pisces moon is going to send energy, beautiful energy to the Uranus and connect with the Neptune and sextile the Pluto. So nice outer planet vibes, even though that little bit of that heaviness from Saturn will linger, all right? So when the outer planets are involved, this is very much kind of larger, slower karmic cycles. Be aware of what deeply inside of you you're picking up and attune to the highest possible vibrations, right? Be your own ally. On the 5th, the moon will shift into Aries, distinctly different vibe, a lot more grr, and it's going to trine the sun in Leo, so a lovely fire trine. Great for initiating things or taking action or really wanting to get started with things. A little fire energy. And then we finish the week on August the 6th. We have a little bit of a clash energy from the sun, which is in Leo, over to Jupiter in Taurus. Now again, a contact with Jupiter or Venus, one of the greater benefics, can bring blessings and benefits, but it can also push things over the top. Now, this is particularly important for Taurans and Leos, right? Doubly important for Leos because the sun is your star and it's also in Leo. But, keep in mind for Sagittarians as well, or Pisceans, those Jupiter-ruled signs, this is a turning point, right? And it could bring blessings, benefits, and opportunities, but it will come through things that don't necessarily feel easeful, right? So squares always make you turn a corner, make you shift, make you evolve, make you react. So stay nimble, be ready for opportunity, but keep in mind the Venus retrograde cycle, right? And the fact that Mercury is in shadow, and don't leap before you look. We also have a really nice Aries moon trine to the Venus on that day. So some sexy energy kind of lurking in the background there. Definitely could be a meetup situation. Again, a little fire flow happening. So keep your eyes out for the sparks. But just remember, Venus is retrograde. It might just be fun, but it might not last. All right. Well, the tarot was really interesting this week. Very interesting tarot. It's an interesting month. Again, interesting. I use that word too much. I hope you found this useful and helpful. If you did enjoy the video, please like it. It does help the channel to grow. Share it with your friends. Hop on my website. I send out a new moon newsletter. And I have I've worked hard on this particular new moon newsletter. It's all set to launch. So I've got some good stuff in there for you guys. So check that out. Sign up on the website. And I will see you in the tarot. Hello, my friends. Welcome to your Isis Lotus Tarot spread for the week of July 31st, so the very end of the month of July. It's a zooming year, man. Let's see what the cards have to say. Of course, this gives us two options for how the collective should manage the energies of this week. Lots of shuffling, it appears. Keep going, I hear. All right. Wow, okay. Keep going. All right, here we go. So the first card is what's been happening from the past. And this is us, Six of Swords. We're trying to move away from the chaos and into the calm. We're moving towards a better place. And what's going on with you is Three of Cups. Things are going well. You've made some changes, adaptations. You understand what's going on. Yeah, that's great. Now, the environment that you're in is there's a choice to be made. And that's what this spread is all about, picking a direction, right? But it's really, it's assuring you that whatever you do is going to be fine. You just can't stand there and not make a decision, okay? So as these things come together, we're dealing with Two of Swords energy. There's something we prefer not to see. We're averting our eyes. We're pretending it's not there, right? It's the elephant in the room, but it's our job as awakened spiritual beings who are trying to live a life consciously to see things clearly, right? So this is a reminder that we might not be. The key card of the future, Three of Pentacles, okay? We're in a preparatory phase. We're working hard on our future. The opposing forces in play, Five of Pentacles, this sense of loss or being left out, whether we feel excluded from a family group or friendship group, maybe we just don't feel like we have the resources, the money, the time. It's a sense of lack, okay? This lack mentality that needs to be managed. And then the other card is Eight of Wands. So things happening, shifting really, really quickly. So you have to be nimble. All right. The near future card, okay, is Justice. All right. So this is fascinating. I always think of her as a Libra card, and the South Node is in Libra there, highlighting negative partnership relationships, self-sacrificial partnership relationships. But justice is also about fairness, okay? And so you have to really weigh out your options here, think things through. All right, the modifiers for her. On the Five of Pentacles side, the left outside, is the Four of Swords, which indicates, gather your things together, be prepared, but chill out. Relax, step back, no rush, not the right timing, okay? On the Eight of Wands, things happening quickly side, we've got the Devil. Now, the Devil can indicate difficult emotions. It can be in positive ways. It can be like sexy, sexuality, really depth and intrigue. It can also be addiction or delusion, right? Or the devil's in the details, as my sweetheart likes to say. And then with the Four of Swords, we've got the Nine of Swords. All right, this is stressful. All right, this is worry. This is keeping you up at night. This is something where you're like, see the little owl there in the card? The little owl that is there saying, come on, use your brain, use your intelligence, use your... engage in your practices so that you're not just worrying, fretting, feeding what you don't want to occur. Paired with the Devil is the High Priestess. Very interesting. The divine feminine on the move here. And so this shows that there's a spiritual answer, that there's a big picture answer, and that you have to have confidence in the divine feminine and your own divine feminine qualities, whether you identify as female or not. All right, the two possible solutions or progressions, Five of Pentacles. Well, we end up with the Happy Family card. All right, so let's see what the modifier is before I talk a little bit more about that. On the Eight of Wands side, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Pay attention to the money, honey. Be practical. Stay grounded. Earth Mama consciousness. Paired with the Four of Wands, we have the King of Swords. So this Five of Pentacles side ends up being very swordsy. King of Swords is using the energy that we have, like, right? We have the Mercury energy moving into Virgo. We've got the Mars energy in Virgo, and it's saying, hey, come on, be large, be in charge, but be rational, be logical, be clear. And paired with the Queen of Pentacles on that Eight of Wands side, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So we need to not only kind of have that Earth Mama energy, we also need to get about getting started on some things that seem practical, but yet just need some momentum. You need to take actions. All right. I'm seeing these two decisions that we need to make about the week as being pretty clear cut. One, if you're coming from that place where you just don't feel like you have what you need, it's important to pay attention that you do, that you know that you are reaping what you've sown, and it's important to plan for the future. But you know, you have to pay attention to be prepared when the opportunity is right and not sit around and worry about it in the meantime. And you need a safe, secure place. Okay, you're responsible for more than just you, and these responsibilities are weighing on you. So take charge, right? Be rational, be practical. And this will help you prepare for the future, which is like the Three of Pentacles, what we're doing. Otherwise, the other way this energy could express is something happens that makes you feel unstable. It's just like this sudden reversal. And you've got to make sure you're operating in this way that's balanced. There's going to be a ton of heavy emotions related to it. This is not just worry. This is like, anger, upset, really heavy stuff happening. Float above it. Okay, be the high priestess. See the bigger cycles at play. Don't get lost. Don't get enmeshed in matter. Remember, the devil is very much about physicality. The high priestess is more about, I get that this is like, I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience, and I get it. But then I have to, make some real moves in the physical, practical world here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So, nothing dire. Okay, nothing dire. Looks like a pretty rockin' week. I hope that you are able to maximize this energy to your benefit. As always, please comment below. I love to know that you got something useful out of this time together. And I hope you have an amazing week and an excellent launch to the fascinating month of August that we're all prepping for. All right, rock your week, my friends. Bye.